CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
I think we're just all fixing at the same time.
Dorian's like going in, doing just a routine maintenance check, and then like the arm falls off. This is a weird question to ask. Do you want to meet my moms?
Oh my god, are we getting a 2 layers deep Cyrano de Bergerac?
This kind of work we do isn't exactly long-term sustainable, right?
I don't see why not. But you're here for a reason, right? You're killing people for a reason.
Where are we at numbers-wise? I think everybody has done 2 now?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds right. I do have an idea for my next one.
Sounds great.
Do we have an idea of what our next mission is, out of curiosity?
Ooh, I want to get in on this conversation. This is associated with my third idea as well.
Yeah, because I'm looking at 2 possible things. One is acquire an asset in which I will be robbing one of these other squads and also pissing them off. Or starting a long-term project. I just need to, figure out where my starting point is.
I also wanted to acquire an asset.
Yeah, as long as we're talking about pissing people off, there is the salvage one.
Yeah.
And we do have some stuff there.
Oh, we do have that AV still.
Yeah, we sure do.
And Limbo.
We do.
Yeah.
And we're kind of short on scratch.
Okay, so let me take this one at a time. So, number 1, in terms of next missions, I don't know how much we are supposed to reveal stuff about this, but I don't have complete control over your next missions.
Okay.
So part of the structure of this, which I guess if you're listening, you're going to hear this next. You'll hear it faster than we will have heard it. Is going to be the legislative turn. And there is where we're going to figure out sort of what our vague direction for our next mission is going to be. But that will be something like, you have to go do a bank heist, or you have to go do an assassination, or you have to go do a false flag, or something like that. And then the details from there will be worked out based on your interests and sort of my prep and things like that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, more than the actual specific, mission details, I kind of wanted to get the opinions of the rest of the squad on what my idea was on this third activity, because I want to acquire an asset, and what I want to acquire is an alibi.
Okay.
For our next mission. I want to get it set up so that whatever we go and do, we are at that time, we're supposed to be like at a company retreat doing CalazCon stuff.
Totally.
So good.
So what I will say is anything you all do, I will make sure is relevant to whatever the mission ends up being.
But yeah, the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I don't know how we, whatever comes up, I don't know how we want to tackle this next mission, because I can very easily see them going, your alibi's bullshit. You literally had 3 mechs on the scene and we saw you.
I mean, you could do something that would give you cover no matter what part of the city you're going to. And if your mechs are spotted, certainly Dorian has a very nondescript mech, right?
Yeah.
And the hummingbird is distinct, but could be up in the clouds. And
It is also formerly a corporatocracy vessel as well.
Right.
So it is a little bit anonymous. Not so super so, but...
Yeah, I think there's a way you could do this and, like, cover your bases regardless of what those are. Okay. So, like, you could do something like, for example, you could set up... PizZA has, like, a special going. And it's like... We're running this special offer where we are trying to do a delivery to every district of Hestial. And so therefore, of course, you'd have people in every district of Hestial. Right?
Okay, this is starting to come together. So, Laren's roping Dorian in on this. Dorian. Hey. I haven't quite gotten through those little USBs you got me. So I had a bit of a specific question. Is there anything that happens in any of the Calazar shows where it's like a big like race around the world or something, or like, and he basically describes like the plot of Redline, basically.
Oh yeah, there's there was this really weird subseason of Calazar that basically did like this whole family gimmick and racing and stealing from high-speed trucks, and it got really confusing once they started going off-world all the time. And but no, what's a good name for this? I do in fact have the Shattered Moon drag race, which is actually basically from coast to coast on Hestial, just miles and miles. You just drive straight down, non-stop. Weapons are alive. I think that's perfect. What you were looking for, right? Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. Perfect. And I think the branding is going to be like, it is the Shattered Moon circuit, where PizZA is, doing this thing where they are trying to run the Shattered Moon circuit and deliver to each part of the city.
I love this. So this is acquire an asset, gain temporary use of an asset.
Yes.
So what you're going to want to do is roll the squad's tier. You all are tier 2. And you sounded like you were going to get help from Dorian with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then you get an extra die from that. So I believe this is going to be a 3d6 roll. And then the quality of the asset is going to depend on the roll.
Hey, that's a 6.
Oh, I love it.
So this is going to be a tier 3 excuse or an alibi.
Nice.
So how do you do this? Is this like, are you faking? Like, do you have something in the truck where it's like other people in the truck, but they're made up to look like you two or something? How is this tier 3?
Is Memo driving, but we have holograms of us in there?
Great.
Oh, that is perfect. I love that.
Okay, perfect. I love that. So this is a setup that you have that will be good for this next job. But as part of the job's, the approach, or as part of something on the job, you can just be like, nope, we are clearly driving around on the streets of Hestial right now. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm. All right, perfect.
Anything else on the scene? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Seemed like Dorian also maybe have something cool.
I do. I also want to acquire an asset.
Okay.
More specifically, and I'm choosing this very carefully because I think this would work out well.
Okay.
Would Azara be interested in coming with me on this if Dorian said, hey, you want to come run some errands real quick with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm maybe a little hungover. So I'm like, yeah.
What is, remind me, what is Azara's belief about Dorian?
Dorian is way too eager for this quote-unquote work.
I'm about to be even more eager.
Yeah.
Azara is hiding something from us, is my connection as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to go to Curse, which is the Calazar Universe Reality Self-Insert Experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the asset I want to acquire is a neat bit of equipment, a program called AR Disguise.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And basically the whole thing is, okay, so I know that guy over there, and I just need you to just kind of chat him up a little bit, start saying there's something wrong with, I don't know, the equipment. Are you okay? You look like you had a hell of a night.
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay.
Okay, so hold on. let's.
Are we stealing this?
Wait, so
Well,
I need a little bit more detail here. So the two of you wander onto the Curse's campus, right?
yeah.
And Dorian, you spot a guy you know. Who is this?
It's more of I spot a guy I know in front of a building I know where they keep all the AR outfits to basically have supporting actors for the AR experience. So you have like another extra space of interactivity.
Okay. So who's this guy you know who needs to be distracted though?
Shit, should have thought about a name earlier.
Well, we have some supporter NPC names I can read out for you.
Yeah, let's throw out one of those.
How about Blackfriar Gray?
Great name.
A great name. I love that. Yeah, so Blackfriar Gray, cool guy, very, very chill. He and I were talking one night, and he was telling me about the experience in Curse, and every now and then the stuff in that needs to be brought over to a building, get some maintenance done. And, I'm thinking we do some stuff behind the scenes. Might be good to not be seen behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does this guy work here, or is he just a friend of yours?
No, he works here full time, and he's not really a friend, more of a guy who got also very drunk last night and kind of spilled one too many secrets. He overindulged on his cut loose, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Hold on 1 second. And I'm gonna like go around the corner to like, I'm imagining like a hot dog, like a hot dog cart, but with coffee. I'm gonna grab a coffee and I have a coffee for myself and a coffee for him. And I said, okay, hold on. And I'll go over and say, hey, I just got this free coffee from the guy around the block. Do you want to? I'm not gonna drink two of them.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
have no idea how much I needed that coffee right now.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I could see that. I got that impression from you. Who are you? Sorry, my name's Blackfriar. You can call me Friar.
Hey, Friar. My name is, pauses for a second, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Zephyr.
Yeah.
You interested in taking part in Curse? The front desk is over that away.
No, I came here with my little brother. He's like in the big facility. My mom, our mom said that I had to be with him here, but honestly, I can't be in there. It's too many flashing lights and stuff like that,
I get it. If I wasn't working here, I wouldn't be hanging around here normally, but
yeah,
it's all for Calazar.
Well.
Oh, hey. I don't know about that. The Calazarian Artists Association is mostly volunteer work.
Oh, no shit. You're doing this volunteer?
Well, we're all just such big fans. It's tough, but it's worth it.
What's your favorite anime? Which one's your favorite guy?
He looks at you over the coffee and is like, who's my favorite guy?
Yeah, of all the guys, which one's your favorite?
In anime?
Yeah, of all the CalazCon guys, all the Calazar guys.
Shoot, you really did get drawn here, huh? Boy. You got dragged here against your will, huh? You never even watched a Calazar.
Look, man, like I said, my little brother's here. Could you maybe? I want to try to connect with him, but this is basically all he cares about. Is there just high level stuff I could sort of throw at him,
Yeah. I mean, given Curse's whole situation right now, maybe you could talk about the 501st, or you could talk about the Baron, and he just starts breaking down some high level stuff. Let's get a roll here. Dorian, give me a 3d6. This is your tier, and Azara's helping.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh no.
So what happened there was you got a 2. And on a 2, you're going to get your tier -1. So you end up getting a tier 1. You were after like a holographic projector or something?
AR disguise.
AR
It is appear as someone else to simple digital entities. Damn, I wanted just like an actual disguise.
Well, maybe this is what happens here.
Yeah.
Is you were like, oh, I wanted an actual disguise, but you're finding all of this is just like digital only, or for like in specific digital areas, like digital AR spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not good for you. So you end up just grabbing a whole bunch of cosplay stuff, which is why it's tier 1.
So typical of curse equipment.
Yeah, it's truly cursed.
They got to cut costs somewhere, and they aren't paying anyone by the hour, so.
Yeah.
Or paying anyone anything.
Yeah.
True.
Clearly, whatever our next mission assignment is, the method needs to be find a way to lure the target to curse. Use the AR outfits. Do something like, one of the like fights in rooms that are just like a bunch of mirrors.
Exactly. So I think that also part of this is Azara does not manage to hold Blackfriar's attention for long enough, right? And he's like, well, back out of the old grindstone, and like starts opening the door. And that's when, Dorian, you have to like book it.
Oh, shit. Roll prowl?
No. Like you
Yeah.
This is just a fortune roll. This is not we're not
and
starting a
right
job.
back up to 7 stress.
No, that's what Dorian says as that door opens.
I tried to ask him what his favorite guys. It didn't go well.
You asked him what one of his favorite guys?
His favorite guys. Why is that such a crazy question?
It's not that bad of a question. It's just, it's terrible. You could at least like gone in and said, well, what's one of your favorite Avies? Instead you said one of your favorite guys. That's like asking me what's my favorite kind of boot?
But there's guys in the show, right? All right, come on, let's go before they call the cops.
I guess.
There are guys in the show. We've learned some
Guys in the show.
There are guys in the show.
Confirmed. Okay. I believe we're down to only Azara and Topo having downtime activities.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Well, at least free ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have kind of a solution to that.
Oh, maybe we want to start there then?
Go for it.
Well, here's the thing. This might be a squad decision, but I think we should salvage this Avi that we have to get some
100%
extra supply points.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have the Nightjar, which is currently wearing cosplay of the Noontide Squall.
Maybe we should keep the cosplay, but I think we can get rid of the Avi underneath.
Totally.
You never know. It might be really effective to throw that on one of our mechs and just like taunt a Tempestia out to help fight us.
Yeah.
I'm into this direction.
I would be totally into assisting with that action as well.
Okay. So this is Azara and Topo. So assumably you all basically just ripped the notebook-sized thing, which, by the way, you all never learned the name of
Nope.
whatsoever.
Simply couldn't. It's just out of my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
It was
want to.
basically just a VCR.
I'm speaking now to the listener, if there's anyone out there, to know that had a name, it had a mechanical thing that it did, and they just never learned what that was, and that's fine.
I'll learn about it, much like the listener, by listening to the show.
That was not the mission.
Yeah,
True.
I'm very curious if the Far Upstate just gets the thing that is now. We'll find out when they start releasing their recordings. That we'll find out with the listeners. But until then, so this is a salvage. You're salvaging the Nightjar. Assumably, you will just have this in the same the giant mech bay thing underground.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is assumably Azara. You are leading the salvaging, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then how is Topo helping with this?
An extra pair of hands never hurts.
True.
Yeah, like I don't have any engineering, so I'm pretty much there to like hand over tools, carry heavy things, bring in beers when it's time for beers.
I feel like a lot of this too is like, I imagine because we're destroying this vehicle, right? So I imagine a lot of it is like getting another bucket of just like greasy screws and stuff.
Totally.
Like it's just a lot of like, I've been unpacking a bunch, and it's just like how much packing stuff you have around.
Yeah,
it's like it's exactly that. It's just like a bunch of junk, basically. You just need to get rid of.
Oh God, we needed this size spanner to take apart this leg. Yeah. Tobo, can you please go get this?
I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, I'll track it down.
All right, perfect. So I think that's a 2d6 then, because you have one engineer and you're getting one help from Topo.
Right, 2d6.
Okay,
5.
So that gets you 2 additional supply points.
Woohoo!
I think Topo is the only one with still a free downtime activity left.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do, we'll tie it into that. I'm going to do an enhance action, working towards gaining a new quirk or vehicle action point. And I think what that looks like is while we're taking stuff apart, I take some of those parts and take it over to my heavy. Like, yeah, I think this will fit. Yeah, Homer, you think this is good? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
You know when you're trying to figure out how to improve your war machine, and you're just like, will this fit?
Yeah, just like,
duct tape. Stick that on there.
We saw you. We know you like guns. So we put a gun on your gun.
Exactly.
If I shuffle this piece, 2 spaces over to the right in the little Tetris mini game, I could fit in 2 more parts.
Oh no! Is this just like the Kingdom Hearts gummy ship menu that Topo's currently working on? Okay, so this isn't a roll or anything.
Yeah, that's just adding 1 point to the enhancement track, it looks like.
You got it.
Cool, done. Yeah, and I think it looks less like me actually sticking parts on right now than kind of collecting things that look like they might be able to get stuck on.
Totally. Preparing for later.
Yeah.
So, you all, and in the current standings, have 3 personnel, 1 material, and 2 supply. There's also ways to get extra supply. For example, you could collect to get extra supply points by pressuring some locals somewhere. So there's ways that this could continue to keep going for a while. Anybody have immediate thoughts around how they'd like to use these? I'll note that we have 6 sort of units in total here. So we could just say everybody could get 2, or you could say we want to sit on some of these, so everybody should just take 1. Etc.
I recall the note from our legislator that we're going to have thin days ahead, so it would be probably prudent to hang on to at least some of it.
Yeah. I'm happy hanging on to. I don't have any pressing needs, so
yeah.
There's always ways to get money, and I'll note some of you are still in sort of danger zone, stress wise.
Oh yeah,
true. Yeah, I would love to.
I guess we could do 2 cut looses. Yeah, I guess that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, cut loose is the fun one, though. That's true.
Absolutely.
So 2 more cut looses would cost you 2 personnel, but that's what you have the most of right now. So that seems reasonable to me.
And then we can put the rest in, fill up personnel 1 more, and fill the rest of material with whatever we have left.
Yeah, that would end you with 2 material, 2 personnel.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's good with everybody, then it sounds like we've got Dorian using a personnel and Captain Laren, Hetzford, and Memo using a personnel.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Who do you 2 cut loose, and how do you use this personnel as part of cutting loose?
Hey, Azara, you want to go experience Curse? Sorry.
I was going to go for Azara as well.
Oh no, Azara's so popular.
Yeah, I'll go with Topo. I want to hang out with Topo.
Hell
yeah, let's do it.
So wait, is this just you both? Is this all 4 of you accidentally ending up at Curse at the same time? But you're in 2 pairs?
I had not thought up yet what Laren was going to drag Azara to do, so I am fine with this incredibly awkward situation.
Yeah, you both just arrive separately, and the personnel is both Dorian and Laren had to pay for tickets or whatever.
Oh my god, this is like going to an escape room, and it has to be a max of 4 in there, but we book as a party of 2 separately.
Oh my god, really? There's a curse escape room? So we keep on saying curse. We should introduce this a little bit, because the reader may not know what the heck is happening here in terms of curse. I think, was it Dorian? You read out the whole name a second ago. Do you want to pitch what curse is a little bit?
Let me read the actual description, then I'll put the subnotes here. But
Sure.
when 3 aspiring tech entrepreneurs and CalazCon fans saw an immersive AR training suite at a military surplus auction, they knew what they had to do. They bought it cheap, and in 5 days of crunch, caffeine, and unpaid internships, still keeping that alive, reprogrammed it so that CalazCon initiates could learn from the legendary clashes of their favorite franchises. Did it matter that some of the old military data simply refused to be deleted? That their sole QA tester abruptly quit 2 days into the job? That when they told their military friends about their business venture, they jokingly said, "Oh yeah, the haunted AR kit. No, seriously, don't touch that." Of course, it mattered to them, they said. Of course, they were deeply concerned, they told themselves, as they installed the suite in what was formerly the Hestiol University campus. But in the end, they agreed there was money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's basically just like you get to experience your fan fiction in real time.
I'm kind of in love with the idea that this is an escape room. And I think it'd be great if, like, this is like some side thing happening at Curse right now. Because there's supposed to be like ongoing like battles happening, right? Like that's the
Right.
size of the things happening. But like this is some little recreation of some like Calazar bottle episode, basically. Do you 4 end up like, do you have roles? Like, do you get assigned characters you're supposed to be playing for this?
Oh, man.
I imagine so. That'd be interesting.
What if it's an escape room themed after some legendary job from Zero Accountability? The original one.
Amazing.
I would love that.
And you 4 are like in the outfits, right? Like we were describing it last time with the OVA, right? But there was like some guy, some girl running through a destroyed city being chased by Tempestia. And then we also saw Red, your legislature as a young man, was there as well, but there's other members as well. So each of you, please give me like, who's your character? What's your AR cosplay they have you in here?
I would note that both Red and Laren, if you look at their pictures, they are both big bearded dudes.
You could be Red. That's fun.
That is fun.
I feel like the employees would literally like just like line the group up and like see Laren and be like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna be Red."
Uh-huh.
I'm still thinking.
No worries. We could do something where, like, this is a character like who your actual CalazCon character is as a parallel, or it could be a fun reversal, right?
Yeah, I was thinking a fun reversal, like maybe Topo gets pulled out, and like whoever like the con man face character would be for Zero Accountability, try to force him into that role.
Perfect. I love this. Wow, you look exactly like them. They were a famous sweet talker. You look like you're great with language and words, right?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know who this character is, but I'm really excited to be here.
Me too.
I think I got something. So
Okay.
I think the character I'm playing as is simply referred to as Violet.
Okay.
And they're just well known for carrying for no reason outside of aesthetic. And some people think this is embellished. Some people think it's actually how they were. But they just carry a big fuck off axe on their back.
Ooh.
And it has like a hole on the half of the axe that, like, if it was on a mech, you would have a hook attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Violet calls it the God's Eye.
Ah.
Essentially, they're supposed to be like the muscle of the original Zero
Right.
Accountability.
If we played a game as the original Zero Accountability, would Violet be like the Giant Killer fan playbook?
Basically.
Nice. Hell yeah. I love that. Did the axe, the God's Eye that they have Dorian using, are they like, did they put like a big foam axe on their back? On Dorian's back? Incredible.
And of course, like sleeveless shirt, sleeveless crop top specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian makes fun of this outfit all the time, and that's why they love it. It's like really tight jeans, skinny jeans, but with one leg cut off at the knee.
Okay.
And the other one has like a missing patch on the kneecap where a knee pad pops up underneath it.
All right, I'm writing this down. Hold on. Topo, if you come up with a name for this face, NB, let me know.
Probably something like Quicksilver, I think.
Ooh, Quicksilver's
like
good.
Yeah.
Also, I like, Cole, this thing you did of it being violet to go with red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun. And silver as well. We've got a color thing happening there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Maybe we should keep that going. Jake, do you know what Azara gets dressed as here?
I think Azara gets dressed as like similar to Topo, sort of going the opposite, a fun opposite thing. I think this is like a very buttoned up, straight laced, no nonsense character. Do we know if Red was like the leader of Zero Accountability before?
I think he was the ace, but he might have been like the ace and the leader. That sometimes happens.
Yeah, I like to think that this would be like the person who was, again, like very, very straight laced, like not necessarily the leader, but like the person who would interact with like the higher ups.
Right. Mm-hmm. Totally.
Which is like very by the book, very straight laced.
Totally.
And it's because it was the last one. Nobody wanted to really play this character.
Okay. You got the last costume in the bunch.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for them?
Opal.
Opal's great. Love Opal. Yeah. And then pronouns, was it Quicksilver's they, them, or he, they, or what?
I think Quicksilver's a he, him.
Okay, he, him, fun Quicksilver. Violet, Cole, were they, he, she?
Yeah, I think it's just they, them.
Okay, makes sense. And then Opal is a they, them, or a he, or a what?
I think it's Opal is she, her.
She, her. Okay, sick. All right. So the four of you enter a room, and I think that, this was a university they took over, right? Mm-hmm. And there's, AR stuff over everything, but it's still a university. And so I think what this was a classroom. So it's about that scale, for 30 or 40 people that are supposed to be in it. Mm-hmm. But it's just, AR stuff all over this. But you're not sure what's AR versus, what's cosplay versus what's, been hacked together. But right. You know what happens is after you get in here that, iron doors slam shut on the walls and windows, locking you in, and you hear a muffled jigsaw voice that says, "Zero accountability. I finally caught you."
What the fuck?
It's the room is being filled with poison gas. You have 20 minutes. It's slow gas. Yeah, what's this like? What is this crew? I mean, we could have you roll it and use that to inform what the experience is like. But what do we think the vibe is in here?
Okay, so this is actually wow, wait. Okay, so this is actually really inaccurate. It wasn't really 20 minutes. It was actually more like 2 minutes, if that. But I think they had to up the time because doing an escape in 2 minutes be near impossible. Actually, hold on.
Wait, where do you find the time to watch all this stuff?
You know how I've been cooking and working in food service for a while. Then I'm cooking now, making the pizzas in the back. That's the optimal time to watch whatever you want.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that explains the pizza.
That explains the pizzas, yeah.
Yeah, makes time go faster.
You have 19 minutes.
Wait. So, Dory, Violet.
There you go.
Do you, if you've, seen all of this and exactly how it went, does that mean you already know the solution?
Oh.
So, yes and no, because, then anyone who watched the show would know what this escape room was supposed to be, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, we have to pull this lever and do this sequence, and the number is 775462, which is actually the guy's birthday. But actually, no, not the guy's birthday. I'm sorry, that was redacted.
Do we want to try that?
I mean, yeah, but I think that, like, detracts from the experience. They had to, because we don't really get to know that, we had to actually find out all the pieces. I think they had to, here, let's just go ahead and try that.
Pulls a lever, snaps it off.
Oh, shit.
Was that supposed to happen?
We can just say it's in the spirit of the show.
Yeah, I'm just really into the cosplay.
Yeah. Okay, so it was actually supposed to be the day the guy's husband died was the actual secret, but I think they had to make it friendly for kids and say, oh, it's his birthday.
You can die on your birthday.
But
you
the
can
date's
die on
the
your birthday.
same, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, when Azara playing as Opal breaks the lever, there'd been, like, pounding music, like alert music going, which gets cut off, and then a guy over the intercom, who's clearly the same guy doing the Jigsaw voice, is like, please give us 5 minutes to reset the room. And you're, like, all escorted out, and then you're brought back in 5 minutes later, and they've clearly just taped up the lever. But then you do input the guy's husband's death day / birthday, and it works, which gets you to the second part of the escape room. And in the second part of the escape room, like 2 different doors open, and this is where you end up splitting into the pairs, right? Because eventually we have to have it be that this is Dorian hanging out with Topo and Lara hanging out with Azara, right?
Yeah.
So what do we think? In these 2 individual rooms, there's 2 individual challenges that are happening. This is like, now in the story, Zero Accountability has, like, gotten the best of the situation and are, like, looking to blow up the base that they got trapped in. What do you 2 get up to? Let's start with Topo and Dorian.
Hold on, let me get under the table real quick. There's, like, a series of numbers I got to read out to you, but...
Okay.
Yeah. 17. 24. Oh, and you're supposed 24. To put it in the keypad over there.
I can
7,
remember
4.
Yeah. 7, 4, yeah. 17, 24, 7, 4.
And there's also a question mark at the end. The fuck?
We just have to figure out what the sequence is. Great. I go over to the pad and put it in and, like, boop, 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 boop. There's the sequence. Got it.
God damn. How long you been... Are you always that good with your memory?
Yeah. Isn't everyone...
Depends on who you talk to. Sometimes sometimes you get knocked around a little bit and you forget a few things here and there.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah.
That does happen.
Yeah. When did you learn to do all the doot stuff?
Doot stuff? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, how are you so good at, like, sneaking around and just what did you used to do before PizZA?
I used to be a lab rat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And before that, I was just a kid that nobody wanted. So nobody missed me when they took me.
Well, that's fucked.
But here I am now, having a good time. What's the next step?
Oh, yeah. We got to actually wait on their side to do something. Because, like, what we did was basically open the door for them.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm good at waiting.
You been watching the show at all?
Dorian, give me a 1d6. Let's see how this conversation goes. Oh my god! That's a 1. That's a 1.
Oh no.
About that good.
Well,
oh my god.
Heal 1 stress.
I shall.
I have 4 stress now. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Does Dorian get asked what his favorite guy is?
No, he does not. He's like, what show?
I feel like part of what's happening here is Topo, they're purely responsive. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong here. But, like, Dorian, the reason why this isn't more stress relieving is Dorian is having to, like, do all the conversing himself.
Heavy lifting. Yep.
Whereas, like, Topo would be fine sitting there in silence, but Dorian is not okay sitting there in silence.
We're here to do this little mission, right? We signed up for fun or practice. I don't know. Just focus on the mission, man.
Fun or practice.
I'm just very impressed with how I've yet to roll above a 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's rough.
The job was going so well. that, the downtime had to go poorly.
Something had to break bad.
Jake has shared a meme in the chat.
Yeah.
Jake, would you like to read out this meme?
I sure would. This is the meme template of the I bring an X to the Y that Z don't really like. And I bring a sort of traumatic history vibe to Curse Escape Room that my squad mates don't really like.
Yep.
Amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Hard cut to Laren and Azara on the other side. The door you were told to wait in front of and that it might be a while instantly opens. And you all enter what's been set up to be like a generator room, like in Star Wars, those like big unsecured generator rooms on like the Imperial starship.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That vibe. And your goal is to blow it up.
All right. Well, I see 3 keypads, 6 locks, and 5 levers. I have no idea what any of this does.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Azara goes over to one of the keypads and types in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm not a master cracksman. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 didn't work.
Well, I mean, we've only got like 10 minutes left. I don't think we can brute force it.
Can Memo help? Is Memo here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Memo.
Is that cheating?
Do we care?
Memo, I certainly don't care. I'm just saying, it's going to hurt Dorian's feelings if we cheat. I'm sorry, Violet.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. Mem, could you just like look over this real quick? Where are we supposed to start here? Can you just like give us a hint, Mem?
You've got it, Mariner. How does Mem speak to you? Like, how does Mem refer to you?
Ooh, good question. I think she would call him Laren.
Laren, okay.
Yeah.
What's her relationship with Laren like? Like, from Laren's perspective, you like really respect Mem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is Mem like? Does Mem respect you? Is Mem like teasing you? What's the vibe?
I mean, I do think that Mem can be a little tongue-in-cheek and lighthearted.
Okay.
But overall, I think it's more of a mother-hen type thing.
Sure. So in that case, I think Mem actually says, "Now, Laren, I don't think you're gonna get a lot if I just tell you the answer."
Mem, it's just an escape room. It's not really that big a deal. Besides, like, I mean, out loud, he's gonna say like very loudly, like, "All right, fine, I'll work on it and try." And then like very quietly, he's gonna go, "Mem, walk me through this. I need to be thinking of something to say to Azara. Wow, and I can't focus on both at once."
Azara's very afraid of pulling another lever in case it breaks.
I think that Mem can just like jump to local machines on like the same network, right?
I think that would make sense.
Right. I mean, that's what you've had her do, like at least in the base, right?
Yeah, inside the base. I think it might be a little more challenging outside of the base, just because like she's not in that system.
Totally. But she's at least like capable as a hacker, and I cannot imagine these people are very secure.
No.
So I think what happens is that she just shows up on like the terminals across the room as if she's like walking between them, you know? Like she disappears off the edge of one and reappears on the next one, like she's looking around for stuff. So that she's like completely within the view of Azar, right?
Yeah.
She like waves to Azar. Azar, have you and Mem interacted at all?
Maybe a little bit. I think it's a little alarming to see. Like, it's like meeting. So I think it's like meeting like your boss's boss. At least that's how I'm sort of imagining it. Mm-hmm. Just like you don't know them especially well, but you know who they are. And be like, oh, hi, hey, Mem. Hi.
Awesome. Eventually, Mem, after wandering around this sort of space, returns to one of the terminals specifically and like gestures you over, Laren, as if she's faking being discreet, you know? So she like is doing a thing where she covers like her face with one side, but she's on a terminal, so you can see her entirely, and she's like gesturing you over here with your other hand.
Okay. Yeah, I think Laren will go over there. And as he starts going through, trying to work through the process of figuring out, like what exactly he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how is he going to open this conversation? So, anyway, if you don't mind a bit of a, I don't know, not really a walk and talk, but like a work and talk.
Oh, we on a job?
Well, I mean, we are on the clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
sure.
I mean, not like official clock, but like, like escape room clock. We got 9 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So, what got you involved in, all of the, I guess what got you involved in all this pizza stuff?
Oh, I was working. Antonia, her and I had a run-in a few years ago. She told me she could use some of my skills and sent me to Hestial. I've been here for a bit, just sort of laying low until we started up PizZA.
Mm-hmm.
I have a useful skill for this kind of work that I think Antonia saw when she almost arrested me.
Oh, well, after seeing you at work, last few missions, I think I can see what they saw. Can you, the number on that pad over there in front of you, it's, 63125.
Okay. And is there like a pound sign or an enter? Do I just enter it? What?
Ma'am, is there a pound sign?
No, you just hit enter, but you have to hit it twice. It's like a sticky keys.
Hit enter twice. It should work.
Okay. Hit enter twice. Hey, look at that.
Okay, and then over here, I gotta mess with, this line of levers now.
Be careful. They are held together with basically just glue.
I will, I'll pull from the base. Anyway, so, have you been, have you put much thought into, how to apply those talents? Bit of an open-ended question, I know.
Yeah. I mean, I do that, like, all the time. I steal beer from PizZA all the time.
Well, I mean, I know you're not, really here because you're super, committed and all of that. Have you ever really thought about, what you want to leverage all those talents towards? What you want to make it all mean?
Jeez. I mean, is there like a bigger, like we're wet work. We go in, we kill, we mislead, etc. There's not I don't think there's any bigger hierarchy here, right? I mean, we're here to get Tempestia. That's it, right? What else is there?
Oh,
is there something you're not telling us?
Not telling you. No, as far as I know, that's the mission.
Yeah.
But everybody's got their own hopes and dreams and all that, right? I know that's like, I know it's a real big topic, but like, look, most people, don't wake up in the morning and do what we do, unless they have a good reason, unless they can help it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always something, more.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not from here, so it's not home, this isn't home. This is just where I am now. I don't know, maybe I'll go home, but out of character. I'm pretty sure I'm sure I've told all of you about Sebriel before, at least in passing. Maybe I haven't.
It's up to you.
I mean, yeah, in that case I would, Tempestia's first officer, him and I have history. And I'd sure like to close that book, so to speak. And, this is a good way to do that. And then after that, I don't really know.
Huh.
It's kind of what I've been doing for years.
Huh. Well, that's it's interesting to hear. Looking for a home, huh? It's pretty hard to find in the armed forces, but every once in a while somebody finds one.
Yeah, what's, feel free to say no, or, it sort of sounds like you're dancing around something.
Oh. What, you want my something more? That what you mean?
Yeah, why are you talking all weird?
Alright,
you can sort of drop the act with me. I'm not,
Alright. I'll admit I'm not the most delicate with these things. Look, Azara, I know that you're, like I said, you're not the most committed to this sort of mission, and, as your superior, I want to see what I can do to make sure that you're all in.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm in this for Sebriel. Once Sebriel's gone, I'm not going to tell you that I'm doing this forever, but I owe Antonia, well...
I don't need you to do it forever. I just need you to do it through Hestiel.
Yeah.
You know what? If you really do want a home, can't guarantee you'll find one being a soldier. Certainly not as this kind of a soldier. But, we all ever find a way to get new assignments. Oh, that's the right lever. We build a little bit of a home here. On the Hummingbird, I'd like to think.
Yeah. We'll see.
I think that's the roll. Alex, give me a 1d6.
Alrighty.
Oh my god. Oh, the luck.
What is up with
you
these
know what?
rolls?
One better than me.
Yeah. Which
This
about
is fine.
That's about where that should have been, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are both like, let's have tough conversations with people who don't want to have them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Admittedly, yeah, because he came out and said it. But Laren's belief for Azara is useful, but this isn't their fight. I need to find a way to get them bought in.
Right.
And this was his goal when he wanted to start all of this. This was these were not the ideal conditions at all to try and figure out how to start doing that.
No. Cole, do you already have a new belief for Topo?
I'm still kind of workshopping it, but I will say it once I have it.
Yeah, no worries. For both of you, if you have it while we're recording, let me know.
I do have a belief about Topo from our earlier one.
Sure. I don't think if you said that already. Go for it.
Topo is focused on the moment. They can help ground me in the present.
Nice. True. So I think that the four of you, 2 doors open in both of your individual rooms, which leads you to the final confrontation. And has anybody gone to a Disney and played that Buzz Lightyear Star Command shooting thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they basically have that set up. So the four of you get basically laser pointer guns. Which it's AR stuff. So they have fake laser sounds and stuff, like it's a real laser weapon or something. And a series of wave-based shooters of these Jovangelian forces or whatever forces we were after against you, maybe pirates or something, come at you in waves, and that's the ending bit here. Is there any moment that you think happens while you're doing basically collaborative laser tag that you want to call out?
I think Azara actually is kind of has gotten over the this is for nerds stuff and is kind of into this part.
Sure, yeah.
So this is fun as hell.
I think Laren absolutely would be using Memo to try and cheat more. And I think what he would do
aim assist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
After, these dumb laser guns, they never shoot straight, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, he is going to ask Memo to compute way too much computing power, calculating how he needs to adjust his gun to actually make it shoot where he wants it to.
Back at the PizZA base, there's just a server block room, and one of the servers just catches on fire.
Smoking.
Some underpaid aide is just oh gosh, oh my gosh.
Exactly, yes. Also that Laren can win a silly little laser fight game.
Of course. Dorian or Topo, do we get anything from either of you two here?
Yeah, I think with Dorian would typically be as excited as Azara and be having fun, but he's a lot more reserved and just a bit more quiet, and just kind of every time he sees Topo, just shies away.
Oh, damn.
I do also have my belief too.
Oh, please.
Topo is straight and to the point to a fault.
Oof.
Yeah. And I think that's Topo's attitude towards the simulated gunfight too, which is like popping off targets just one after another. Every once in a while, like if someone looks like they're having a hard time, like pop the ones that are like coming at them, just to be like, I'm covering you guys. This is for serious now.
And finally, it's done. The room clears. The lights come up, and the poorly done Jigsaw voice says, "Oh my god, you solved my puzzles! I'm dying!" And there's like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do or some other jingle here. And you all get to leave. You exit through the gift shop, obviously.
Sure.
Okay, good scene.
Incredible.
So, I think where we ended up is that left you all with 1 material, 1 personnel, and 2 supply, and we talked about you splitting that supply evenly between, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else people wanted to do for this downtime?
I think Laren has his belief for Azara.
Oh, please.
Azara seems directionless. I could give him that direction.
Okay, cool. So, I think this is maybe a little bit of a flashback. Antonia is at the debriefing, right? Is, as we started, reminding you all that you will need to send in a report to tell our legislator exactly what happened on the mission, along with a number of other interested parties. So the question is, while the 4 of you are on a call together, what is it that we actually send, or that you actually send as like, here was the after mission report. What happened?
For this one, do we actually speak truthfully to our legislature, or
that is entirely up to you 4.
Yeah, I think we did a solid job, and there's no shame in reporting exactly what happened.
I don't think there's any reason to hide it either, because like Red is a former Wetworks person.
Yeah.
Like, nothing we do is gonna make them like pale and be like, oh, that was, that was, really, beyond the pale.
Okay, well, let's step through this, right? And I'll step through this in terms of what happened last time. There'll still be a good reminder for everybody of what happened last time. What you all did is the very first thing you did is Topo looked over reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
That seems fair to mention. Then Dorian, you went and you talked to Empress Gold, right? So you mentioned this, no problem. And then Azar, you stole partial blueprints off a member of the farm upstate.
Mm-hmm.
Do you tell them about that part?
Now that's a great question, and I think Jake, know that was the farm from the farm upstate.
Yes. No. Azar had to know. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because your whole thing was the farm upstate had told you all, hey, we want this tech.
Right.
But didn't say what it was. And you were like, well, I'm going to find out.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say
Okay, this is good to know. So what do you say instead? Like, how do you claim that you all learned about what the tech's size was, which is what you really got from that it was like notebook sized and that plugged into a Mac?
Okay, I'm going to say that I went and talked to them and they just gave it to me instead of me stealing it from them.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're like, oh yeah, I just went to Willie Whitsend Mechawalla.
Yeah, my good friend Willie Whitsend.
Personally,
I would told me.
I would just gloss over the whole thing and just say acquired,
Yeah, because that's something they could check out and verify.
Yeah, acquired further information about the target.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm telling you all.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm lying to you all.
Oh, and then in the report, you're like...
In the report, we just got it.
Okay. Just vague about where it comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, honestly, like, I think it's fine to be vague about, like, all the prep stuff, because it, you know, like, it wasn't the mission itself.
Sure,
So you can just be like, yeah, like, we infiltrated, da-da-da, you know, like, we infiltrated this screening via, you know, like, this method through, you know, like, this, through Empress Gold.
Saying it's vague is perfectly fine. Really what this is I have already informed Brendan of exactly what happened. The question is, what does Red know about what happened from that, right?
Gotcha.
So if you're like, okay, you only get a vague picture about what the prep was like, that's fine. And then on the job, do you mention about the food truck?
Yeah.
Like, how vague are we about the job part of this?
Laren doesn't particularly care too much about the prep stuff, but he is, like, super specific about everything that happened during the job.
Okay.
You know, like, once we hit, like, on-site go time, it's like, it becomes much more detailed.
Okay, sure. That makes sense.
How are we giving this to Red?
This is like a written report.
Okay. Because I'd be a little worried about us giving a bunch of detailed information about our covert murder squad that could be...
No, don't worry. This is...
Okay.
And Tony Pai is going to receive this report and will, like, hand deliver it to Red through, like, a series of stupid spycraft.
It's the Mission Impossible thing where it lights on fire after you
yeah. Yeah. But there's like 2 steps before then. Like, to even find out where to find it, you have to do like a cipher in the newspaper, and then like you have to like have a series of the correct passwords to like go to the location where it's held. All that shit. Okay, so then on the job, just to like walk through this to make sure that these are all the details you want to share. The situation was that Dorian and Laren claimed that Needs Must had won a cosplay contest, right?
Yes.
That's how you got this really disgusting pizza to him. And then Laren is the one who just straight up murders this guy, just murks this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bring his dead body into his cockpit. Laren stays behind, and Dorian goes back. Dorian ends up sort of getting caught a little bit, not to the point of them acting on it, but enough for the early birds to get suspicious as they try to leave. Meanwhile, Azara and Topo are running basically interference with, like, the early birds' defense line to, like, keep them occupied and their attention directed at you two. Does all of this go in the written report?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think Laren feels that we had a pretty clean extraction.
You totally did.
Yeah.
And would emphasize that.
Okay. With that, I think we've hit the end of downtime. Did anybody have anything else? Any other, like, not downtown activities, but, like, scenes or anything else they wanted to, like, say happened on an earlier scene that they just didn't get to say earlier?
I think when we were leaving Curse and we went through the gift shop, I think Azara got a little, I imagine like a little pin or like something very small at the front and would give it to Dorian because he could see he was down.
Nice.
Is this one of your guys?
Yeah. That's one of my guys.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited and sound balanced by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at cvblight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.